guys, welcome back to my channel and to your girl again, Grace. She's not raising up my hands. Okay, so it's me again, your girl Grace. Just like you all know, my channel is about news and updates about Canada, coming to Canada, living in Canada, succeeding in Canada, and everything that you need to know. So I need you guys to share my video so I can get more subscribers. I can get more people to watch my channel. Please guys, please guys, please guys, please guys. So today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic that everyone is dying to hear. Like, I've always had this question in my comment section where people ask me, what are the benefits of coming to Canada? What benefits are available to newcomers? Before I go on with this, I stay in Edmonton, Alberta, and I moved to Canada January 2020. So today I'm going to be talking about 14 benefits that are available to newcomers. So if you're coming to Canada for the very first time, you've just gotten your PR as permanent residence and you're moving to Canada, there are 14 benefits that you are entitled to automatically. This benefit varies from being single, being married, being a young couple, family of 3, that means you have 1 child, family of 4, that means you have 2 children, yourself, your husband, and 2 children, that's family of 4. It varies based on your family composition, so it varies based on your family size. So here in Canada, the more children you have, the higher your benefits. So if you're coming with 2 children, good. 3 children, yes. 4 children. Although there is a maximum, there's a cap on the amount of children that are eligible to collecting these benefits. Okay guys, so let's get to it. In case this video can be quite a little bit long, so I want you to watch from the beginning to the end because I know that you won't want to miss anyone. And please get your pen and paper ready so that when you come to Canada, you should please tap into every one of these benefits. Now, I must say at this point that when you come to Canada, there is no paper on the wall where you can tick, okay, this is what you are entitled to tick, this is what you have tick. No. So you have to make your research. Whatever province that you are in, whatever state that you settle in, find out the benefits that newcomers are entitled to so that you don't miss out on anything. These benefits are for you. They are put together by the government of Canada for easy settlement of newcomers. So if you don't tap into them, if you don't claim them, the government will come to you and ask you why you did not. Like I said before, I stay in Edmonton, Alberta. So I am going to be telling you today about the benefits I and my family have tapped into since we moved to Canada 2020. First one, CCB, and that is childcare benefits. So the government of Canada has put in place childcare benefits for children. So if you're a married couple and you have children, so the government pays them monthly. So if you have 1 child, the government pays for that 1 child. 2 children, the government pays respectively. 3 children, the government pays. So the next slide will show you the classification of how the government has grouped the ages of the children and what they can get. That means from age 0 to 6. This is how much a maximum they can collect, they are entitled to monthly. For example, if your child is 3 years old, the child is eligible to collect $534 per month from the government. That means if you have 2 children below the ages of 6 years, so maybe it's just 1 year and 4 years, they will be earning $534 each. So when you times that by 2, that's over $1,000 monthly, like that. But once the older your children get, the lesser the money becomes. And this one, they can earn it from when you get to Canada till your children become 16 years. So once your children clock 16 years, they stop earning from the government. So I'll be showing you the tabular format of how the government has classified the payments with respect to age, amount, and how much the family earns. There's a caveat to this. So if you come to Canada, you get a very good job, and you can afford, you have salary over $100,000, over $40,000 per annum, over $54,000 per annum, over $100,000, over $120,000 per annum. It decreases your childcare benefit. That means you are able to pay for anything your child or children needs at every point in time. But as a newcomer, and you're still trying to find your foot in Canada, why not? You can earn this at least for the first 6 months. This will help ease off the pressure on your POF, your proof of fund, whatever money you're bringing from Nigeria or from any other country. So you can tap into this. So once you come into Canada and you have a place where you stay, that's your permanent accommodation space, you will have a form there's a form that you will fill and send to the revenue agency, Canada Revenue Agency, so that they can start processing your CCB. This takes like 8 weeks, okay? But then, even if it is 8 weeks, they would start counting, they will start processing your money from when you arrived in Canada. So if, for example, you arrived in Canada January 2020, okay, and you got your accommodation maybe by February 1st, you moved in February 1st, 2020, you filled the application almost immediately. Like I said, it takes 8 weeks. So February, March, nothing, you might not get anything. But by April, you're getting for January, you're getting for February, you're getting for March and April all together. So they send it to your postal address. And this is just aside, but I need to tell you now, if you're filling a form in Canada, please write your full address, because if you're sent a check and there is no apartment number, they can't put it in your mailbox. They will have to send it back, and that takes a long time for you to get it. Okay, that's number one, your child care benefit. Number two, food bank. Okay, so when I got into Canada with my family, I was told there is a place called food bank where, as a newcomer, you can go. Okay, you first make a call. They will take your particulars, your ID card, the composition of your family, how many adults, how many children, and they will give you a date for you to come pick food. Now, this is being done monthly. All you have to do, if you want to collect food in February, you call at the end of January so that they can book you ahead. Now, food bank is being sponsored by the government, and we have people that volunteer to share this food, and also people do give as donation. So you have Walmart donating, you have Safeway donating, for example, you have Loblaws donating things to them. It is for newcomers and people who cannot afford. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing some pictures of food items I have collected since when I came into Canada up till now. This has been done monthly, so it's not as a result of pandemic that we get food in Canada. Well, in Alberta, you get food monthly just to ease your settling in as a newcomer. So you can go to the food bank, get your monthly food. At least it will reduce the dollar that you spend on groceries. So for example, every month I get 2 crates of eggs, I get bread, I get pasta, I get spaghetti, I get oil, I get olive oil, I get fruits, cheese, just name it, cake, juice for the children, because they pack based on your family composition. So if you have children, you know that you're going to get snacks, juice, chocolates inside your hamper. But if you don't, they're going to give you things based on your family composition. So if I can get this, so if I'm supposed to spend 1,000 for groceries in a month, for example, and I get things from food bank that can take 500 or 550 off my budget, why not? Please guys, I want you to take note of this. So when you come into Canada, please ask for the nearest food bank and immediately call them so that you can get food supplies. And once you call, they are going to ask you when you landed and how soon you want food. So if you even if you landed last week, they will ask you, and if you say, okay, I want food almost immediately, I'm short of food, yes, they will make it available to you almost immediately. Now, it's not only food bank that does this. We have other organizations, NGOs that give food and things to people. So please guys, make use of all these resources. Number 3. Now, the third benefit that is available in Canada is the subsidized transit bus system. So here in Canada, you don't pay as you enter, like in Naija now. You don't pay like that. So monthly you get a pass, such that once you're entering a bus or a train, you can just flag it, you can swipe it, it will keep deducting your money and all that. It's a fixed rate of $87. Okay, but if you're a newcomer to Canada, for the first 1 year, it will be subsidized to $37. So that means $50 off it for the first 1 year. So if you're not going to buy a car almost immediately, maybe because you're a single guy, or it's just your husband, or you guys can just rough it anyhow, yes, you can just take the subsidized transit pass, $37 monthly for the first 1 year, and you can just enjoy yourself and enjoy the ride. Number 4 is the free access to recreational centers. So if you love swimming, playing lawn tennis, playing hockey, playing table tennis, gymming and working out, or you just love to go to the park with your children, there are big recreational centers here in Alberta, Canada, and for the first 1 year, it is free to newcomers. They will actually give you a pass, which enables you to enter any time of the day, enjoy yourself, gym, work out, swim, play hockey, play table tennis, do all sorts for free for the first 1 year in Canada. I'll also post pictures of the recreational centers because I have been there with my family. That's before the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's been on lockdown because of the pandemic, but I'm sure that things are beginning to open up in Alberta, and businesses are beginning to pick up. So I'm very sure that very soon the recreational centers will be opened also, and we can start enjoying ourselves again. And that's number 4. Number 5. Now, aside the federal government childcare benefits that I talked about, we also have the provincial childcare benefits. Now, this is not so for all the provinces in Canada. It varies from province to province, but in Alberta, we also have the provincial childcare benefits. So the number of children that you bring into Canada or you give birth to in Canada determines how much you be paid by the province government. So if you have 2 children, if you have 1, if you have 3, they pay childcare benefits too, apart from the federal government's own. So it's just additional money for the family to spend and help with the upbringing of the child or the children that you bring into Canada or you give birth to in Canada. And that's number 5. Number 6, there are counseling and therapy services for newcomers for the first 1 year. So you have organizations that have been designated by the government to help with anger management, depression, family problems, marriage issues, marital issues, children, just about anything. So if you come into Canada and you feel that you want to go through therapy, or you want to go through counseling with a counselor, or you just feel depressed altogether, please seek help. It is that easy. Please seek help. It is very important that you keep your sanity. This is a place, a new environment. You might not know anybody. You might just come in as a single person or as a family, and it's a totally new environment. There are no two ways about it. So sometimes there are mood swings, there are times of depression, there are times of finding it difficult to settle, and it's so easy to slip into depression, especially if you don't really know how to struggle through things. Please seek help. So there are all these anger management sessions, counseling sessions, therapy that can help, that can bring you out of any situation that you are in, and they are free. Or even some are just like $20. So please make use of it. Talk to people. People are here to help. If you have questions, ask. One of the greatest things, one of the greatest weapon that has really helped us to settle in Canada is asking questions and asking people about things. There has been times when I'll just call the revenue agency and ask them questions that doesn't even pertain to them. I know that it doesn't have to do with their department, but I don't know the right number to call. And they are there to say, okay, call, and they will give you the number. Call, and they will give you the number. So please, don't just keep quiet, or maybe because you stopped the internet and you can't get the direct, call the next department or unit that you know. Please do that. Now to my number 7, subsidized daycare. Now, if you're coming to Canada, Alberta, for example, your child or your children cannot be admitted into school except they are 5. So, but there are daycares, government-owned, day centers, day home that you can put your child if you have to work. Okay, although daycares are expensive in Canada, expensive. Yes, they are pricey like that. So if you're used to paying 10,000 naira in Nigeria, they are expensive. But good thing is the government subsidizes daycare and day home. Once they are registered with the government subsidizes them. So if, for example, the amount for your daycare for your child is $900, for example, per month, the government pays $504. So the government pays $504 and you pay the rest. Okay, so you pay the rest, and this has helped to cushion the effect of the expensive nature of daycare facilities in Alberta, Canada. So government subsidized it, it pays $504 and you pay the rest. Number 8, even though the government subsidizes daycare, there are some free daycare centers that you can take your child to, fully funded by the government. But the difference is they don't do all week daycare for a particular child. That means that because it is free and because it is funded by the government, it is highly competitive, and they need to make room for different parents, different times, and they have capacity of how many children they can take at a time. So they take what they can accommodate. Do you understand? That means that you can't take your child this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all days of the week. No, you cannot do that. What they do is, if, for example, as a newcomer, you have an important training or an important interview and you need somewhere to put your child for that particular number of hours, or for a day or 2 days, or maximum 3 days in a week, yes, there are free daycares that the government funds, and they will take your child in for the 3 days. They'll feed your child for free. They will do all the classwork, do activities, play outside, do all the normal things that other daycares do. But the difference is you cannot keep the child all days throughout the week, and their opening hours are different. So while a normal daycare will open 7 or 6:30 a.m. and closes 6, they open 9 a.m. and they close by, I think, yeah, they'll close around 3. So there is strict time frame and strict rules, because you're not paying now, so definitely. So you can also use these resources. Number 9, learning support. So in Alberta, there is learning income support unit here in Alberta, and I'm sure that there is one for every other province in Canada. So you come into Canada and you feel, okay, I want to earn a Canadian degree. Maybe I want to just do a professional course for 6 months, 1 year, but I don't really have the funds. Okay, so you can ask and make inquiry from your province. Here in Alberta, we have the Alberta Learning Income Support, where the government pays all your bills for you to go to school, for you to earn a degree, for you to earn a certification, so it depends. So if you have a course, for example, if you want to do project management, PMP, if you want to do payroll professional program, or if you want to do accounting, even though there are universities here that does all these programs at a fee, these programs can be sponsored for free by the government. So the government pays your tuition fee, pay for the books, pay for the stationery, and also give you grants. So that means as you're going to school, you're also earning something. Now, please note that this is different from loans and grants. I am going to be going to that in a bit. This learning income support is free funded by the government. It is different from loans and grants. And this learning income support will cover you, your spouse, and your children. That means that the government pays for your tuition, pays for your books, pay for your supplies, gives you grants, and the grant will cover your children's expenses and more money for your children, and also gives you health insurance card, such that you can visit the dentist, you can get drugs for free. We all know that here in Canada, prescriptions are expensive. So if a drug is being prescribed to you by your doctor and you need to get to the pharmacy to buy them, it comes in pricey. So aside the learning support, the government also gives grants and loans. Now, if you want to, for example, go to the University of Alberta or CDI College or McEwan, and you want to study for a master's degree, PhD degree, you can take government loans for students. And now that means the government pays for your tuition and waits for you to finish. Then 6 months after completion of your degree or course, you start paying back in bits. Now, during the period of your study or course, the government also gives you monthly grants. So that asides your loan. But then for this particular one, you have to pay back your loan after 6 months after you finish the course. You have to start paying it, and then it's a spread, so it doesn't really gives you so much strain. So it's being spread, and you can pay it gradually as you earn. Now, number 10, free healthcare. Free healthcare, and this is so crucial to living, because if you're sick here in Canada, you can walk into any hospital, anyone, but it's usually advisable that once you come into Canada and you get to your permanent place of residence and you have this permanent address, you go to any registry. Registries here are where we register for health services, for driver's license. So you walk into any registry and you fill some forms and they give you health card. This health card is what you take to the hospital that you feel that you want to register with. So you go there, you register, and you can walk in anytime, see any of the doctors, and they will take care of you, and your bills will be paid by the government. So for example, you have any ailments, you are involved in an accident and you have to do surgery, and you know that back home that will cost a fortune. Here it is free. In Alberta, once you come in to the province, almost immediately you can get your health card and start using free health services. But in some provinces, you wait for 3 months, minimum of 3 months, before you can get your health card. Free health services, you can just walk into any hospital, get treated, get checked up. In fact, when I and my family went for our first check-up, we did almost everything. They checked eyes, ears, blood tests, everything, and it was just $0. It was free. So we walked in, we did all we had to do, and we came out. So we've had people that have done surgeries, cesarean sections, things like that, and they didn't pay a dime. So even if not for every other things that I've mentioned in the past, free health care is very, very important. It's one of the greatest benefits that I've enjoyed in this Canada. Seriously, as in the highest. Now number 11. Oh my god, I'm getting excited. Is your GSTHST benefits. People say in Canada they pay too much tax. Yes, we pay tax. Yes, we do pay tax. But then we get rebate on our tax. That means that for every payment you make and tax is being deducted, maybe when you go to buy groceries and you pay your GST, that's goods and services tax, quarterly you get a rebate. That means you get being paid back part of it. So as minimum as $200, we get it for 4 times in a year. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4 times in a year. So you get your GST and your HST back. You get $200 from it, and that's still some money, guys. It's one of my benefits. And the final one, the final one that you cannot afford, like you cannot afford to forget or miss out on or ignore or think it is not important, is the Newcomers and settlement programs. Guys, please, this one, in case you don't want all the money that I've been saying since morning, if you don't want it, it is not compulsory. But you see this one, if you want to progress career wise, if you want to really settle in Canada, you cannot afford to waste this one. You cannot afford not to know. Now, every province, in this Canada has Newcomers and settlement programs. In fact, I'm sure that a lot of you know about SOPA, all the way from Nigeria, all the way from your country. It's a pre-arrival services program. A lot of you know Access, Assist, the Catholic services in Calgary, Alberta. Please, my dear people, don't ignore this particular one. Now, what do I mean? Once you come into Canada, government has put in place these services to help you integrate effortlessly into the system, because they know that what you used to do or what you used to know in your own country, it is different from the Canadian culture. How people talk, workplace ethics, business communication skills, they know that it is different. This is a totally different ballgame for a lot of people. So they put these programs in place to help people understand the culture, mingle with each other, and start to integrate. So if you don't know, or if you don't use the services, I don't know what you are doing here. Sincerely, I don't know. Now, in Edmonton, Alberta, we have EMCN, Edmonton Mennonite Center. We have EMCN, we have assist, we have breeding, we have access, we have ERIEC, that's ERIEC, and a lot of other services like that. And what do? They do job ready programs, job ready in quote programs. They have all these things, and even in these programs, they help you prepare your resume. Job search in Canada is another ball game on its own. So I'm going to be doing a video on job search in Canada. It is different, like seriously different from what we used to know. Even the resume, totally different. Okay, so they help you prepare your resume, give you interview tips, even help you to send some applications. And this program, these services, they also help in getting advertised jobs and sending you mails about them so that you can apply, you can have insight on what to say, how to send in your resume and all that. And even if you now decide that, okay, I want to go for a career switch, all these services gives you like a bridging program. They give you a platform for a bridging program where you can have your career switch. That means, for example, if you're doing if you were a banker or you were into banking back home in your home country and you want to, for example, switch to HR, they'll help you tailor, they'll help refine you, go through your biodata, see how you can transition effortlessly to the new career path that you want. I wish I can really talk much on this. If, for example, you're going to Ontario, please, before you leave your home country, make a research, find out the newcomers and the settlement programs available. In fact, write their address, write their telephone number before you enter that plane from your home country. Because when you get here, you need them to put you through and direct you in the right direction so that you don't miss out on things. This settlement program, they can actually show you where to get your subsidized transit pass. They can show you where to get free daycare. Because once you start asking questions, they are ready to answer you. They are like your guide, they're like a guardian angel. Once you register with any of them, a counselor will be attached to you that will monitor you closely, and monitor your success and your integration rate in Canada. Please, guys, you need this one, and that's why I saved it for the last one. I hope you are all excited about the benefits that are available to new immigrants in Canada, and I'm sure that as you have heard all this, you're not going to allow anyone to slip by you when you come to Canada. So there are other videos I will also be doing about how we integrated well here in Canada, accommodation in Canada, driving licenses in Canada, and every other things, while I also look into immigration and immigration plans for the nearest future. There has been some changes because of COVID-19 pandemic, but we are coming out of it gradually, and the economy is actually opening up, and new things are coming up. So I'm excited to share a lot of videos very soon. See, I come your way again very soon, almost like now. Please subscribe to my channel. That button there, click the button. Don't just watch my video, subscribe to my channel so that the next time I'm bringing exciting videos to you, to your viewing, you'll be the first one to know. And to all who shares my videos, who likes my videos, and even comments, you guys are the best. Bye.